Hello. Okay, Citroen C1 bed build take one. Part one. Here we go. So, as you can see, got my cornflakes. Eating on a budget as well as sleeping on a budget. At the minute, I've got the two front seats, loads of stuff I'm gonna take out. In the back, I've already taken out the back seat, and I have been sleeping on the back seat. So that is the back side of the back seat. The base of it pulls out. You can find a video online very easily. This one you need to undo a couple of bolts, either with a drill or a ratchet thing. I couldn't do the ratchet myself, but I did find a man to do it for me. So I'm going to take out all of this stuff. Right, cleared the space, and I thought I'll do the first step. I'll do the hardest step first, which is there should be a thing under here where it's clipped in, but there doesn't seem to be one. So we're going to move on. I should have moved everything out the way better. So there's 4 of these on each corner, and you need one of these. T40. It looks like a star, and it's called a T40. So I'm just going to undrill them with my drill that I borrowed from a friend. Right, we ran into our first obstacle already, and I had to ask ChatGPT. The hole was too big, but the trick is you have to hold this bit down and then turn that bit to open and close it so that it will grip my little bit. Right, here we go. No, I'm not doing a good job. Someone do it for me. I was literally about to get up. Look at my hair. I use my ratchet and my ratchet hoe. I was literally about to give up. I was like, I need to find someone stronger than me. And ChatGPT was like, try tightening it before you undo it. And I did what I thought was tightening it, and then I managed to undo it. I was turning it the wrong way. Alright, day 2. I've managed to get the bolts loosened up, but they're not off yet. The seat is still in. Excuse this rubbish car seat cover. I couldn't get the dirt off even with a lint roller. So the drill, no good. I had major issues. If you don't know how to use a drill, you want it on this setting because the bolts were really tight. You want it on 1. Obviously make sure it's going the right way. Lean into it to unbolt it, but that didn't work. I used my ratchet. Got this part on it as well. I was then doing that the wrong way around as well. I was tightening it. Only when ChatGPT told me, try tightening it first and then loosen it, did I realise I'd been tightening it and it came undone. And then the rest of it, I didn't manage to get it completely. This is really annoying as well. That's as far back as the seat goes. But I then just removed this part from the rest of the ratchet because it's easier to just spin it like that to undo it. But then it sort of got stuck. So guy in the other video I watched, it just sort of came out. There you go, it's loosening some more. So I think you think it's stuck, but you just need to keep going. Maybe at this point use the drill. I'll show you once I've got them all out. Hang on, let me see if I can get this one out. That would be amazing. Get something done on camera. After my 17-hour break. There we go, it's coming out. There's just more threads than you think. That's the lines on the screw. Hang on, is it coming out? Is it coming out? Oh my gosh, it's gonna be here all day. My wrist is sore already. Done. So yeah, it looks like that. Just goes in very deep. Bonus tip for the drill. So now I'm gonna use it to unscrew the other bolts, but I've set it to 1 and 2 because that's for like how, if it's just in loosely, you want it on loose, but if it's on really tight, you want it on the highest setting. Put it on that screw thing, I don't know what the hammer does, and put it on 1 if it's in tight, but 2 if it's loose. Alright, so I had to turn the screwdriver back up for the back 2, they were on tighter than I thought. But now this is nice and loose. So what you want to do is then tilt it back. There's so much stuff in the back of my car, and there should be a thing here where it's plugged in to like the seatbelt, which is actually really worrying because I think that does the airbag. So all this time I've had my car, I imagine there's not been an airbag linked for my passenger, which isn't good. But yeah, you just sort of pick the seat up at this point and pull it out. Usually you'd have the thing to unclip, but I can't show you that bit, sorry. Find a video online for that. And then voila, we've got all this nice space to work with. So what was I going to say? I did hear something about you've got to remove the seatbelt for it to pass the MOT, but I'm not sure about that, and my MOT isn't due anytime soon, so we'll forget about that for now. Whew. So there is this raised bit here, and there's also a raised bit here and here. That's where it was bolted, and we can have a good vacuum while we're at it. Why not? Alright, we made a start vacuuming, but the reason why not is the vacuum has run out of battery. Doesn't last for long. It said it had 2. And it lasted about 15 seconds. Alright, next I'm going to take this stuff out to make some room. Or I might saw my pieces of wood first. I'm going to get sawing, test out this saw, see if it will work. So, moving to the next location. Right, forgot my tape measure in the car going back. But I've plugged the, what do you call it? Vacuum. I've plugged the vacuum into charge. That's one thing done. Closed up the car, and I thought I could do with like a pen to mark on where I'm going to cut it, couldn't I? Alright, look, I got this nice camera angle. Ooh. Got my tape measure, got my piece of wood. So I'm doing 30 centimetres because that is the height of the floor to where the back seat drops off. You know where this bit would be if you sat on the back seat. So you want to draw all the way around your bit of wood like this. So that you cut it straight. And then I've borrowed a saw. Let's see if this works. It's got hardwood and softwood, but I'm not sure what type of wood this is, and I feel like this is this small saw, so we'll go with hard. So if you've not done sawing, I think you want to do it like this first. Just one direction. This is so bad. I meant my sawing. Yeah, try to get it in one place, not all over the place like I've done, but this is going well actually. And then you do your sawing motion. Might be here a while. I thought I paused the video. So this, I did it the other way and then I turned it on its side. Now I've turned it this way. It doesn't line up completely, but what I was worried about is it snapping the wood. That's what you don't want. So I've laid it back on the floor. I was resting it on my foot for a bit. Nearly there, kind of. Doesn't line up, so there you go, there you go. First one done. What do you think? Not bad, not bad. So I bought these planks of wood from Wix. So that's 30 centimeters. I'm going to do another 30 centimeters. The whole thing is 2.4. Yeah, 2.4. 38 times 63. This just fit in my Citroen C1, like sort of horizontally. I've got 3 of these. Don't want to show you the house I'm in. I've got to go soon. I've got half an hour to see how much wood I can saw up. Then I've got to leave this garden that I've kindly been offered to do my sawing in. So yeah, I'm gonna do cut off 2 30cm chunks from each of the 3 pieces of wood, and then leave the rest of it, which I'm going to leave as like support under the main bed shelf. Alright, so I've got my 6 pieces of wood. I'm going to tidy up and pile everything back up in the car. Take another 5-hour break to do some other life activities, and then we'll see how the big sheet of plywood goes, because I think it's too big. It's a little bit too big, so we might need to saw that as well. I'm hoping I can do it all today before I leave this town and go back to my mum's house to drop off the seat, to dump that, because the guy I borrowed the saw and the drill from lives in this town. I was also going to say I got that screw bit, the T40 Torx screw drill bit, I guess it's called, from Toolstation. We'll see how this goes. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Alright, welcome back. So, I've emptied out my car, cleaned it out, got enough charge in the vacuum this time. Not bad for a 20-year-old car, eh? Not bad. So in the back here I've just got some cardboard down, because under there it's like that. So cardboard is good for insulation, it'll keep you from freezing, and not by itself, but you know, it all helps, doesn't it? So now for the puzzle piece. Get all the puzzle pieces and see if it all fits and works. Let's pray. Thoughts and prayers, please. Okay, bed. It's not screwed in, but I'm taking my shoes off. I'm gonna test it out. It's a bit annoying because it's not like, you can't really get it perfectly straight. You see it's at an angle, which is annoying. Annoying. Because of the way the car is, like it sticks out here. I don't know if that's gonna need sawing off so I can close the door. I was thinking I might need to saw around where the handbrake is. You don't want that getting in the way. It's not perfect. Right, did you just hear that one? The legs fell down. Some of the legs are a bit too short. There we go. I'm in. Oh my god, there's just so much space. Alright, here you go. This is the bit that's not held up. So from... This doesn't make for the best video, does it? But look, I can lay flat. I might fall at any minute. Head here. Okay. And then, so it drops off here. Right. And then all of that is supported by the wooden legs. That's the idea. God, I'm comfy now. I don't want to finish the job. I need to take a nap now that I've got this sorted, eh? So I'm about 170 centimetres, and then, you know, I come to like there. That actually will be fine. That will be fine. That's fine. Everything's fine and dandy, except for now. Let me show you. Hopefully it doesn't fall apart while I get out. I've been so careful. Oh my god. All my stuff. Right, here you go. What I've done. Some of the legs are standing. What is going on here? So the idea is I've got 3 of these that I showed you before that I trimmed, and the idea is to put them, you know, one at the end. Just getting it exactly right is going to be so hard. Look at that. I think that's not going to go right at the end. There's going to be a bit of a gap, and we're just going to have to work with it. You see there? I found with the sawing it is better to just saw all the way through one side, but I found that out with the later ones. And then you've got these legs, so 3 there, that's the idea, and then 3 supposedly halfway, but well, there's this that's in the way, so I've just got that leg there, and then this one, yeah, was gonna go there. Oh. In front of hang on, yeah, in front of that lump, and then this middle one, like the cart actually slopes downwards a bit, so I put this one a little bit more forwards so that it stayed in place. But yeah, that's the underneath of it. Let me show you. So this plank of wood I got, sheet of plywood. I went with the 18mm thick. They had a 12mm that ChatGPT said would also be fine. This one is that thick. But I thought, why not splash out, spend a few quid extra, and I got that size. Softwood would also be fine. Right, so now I've got these screws. I'll put my shoes back on in a minute. I picked up 2 different packs, 2 different sizes to go. So what we're going to do first is we're going to screw thinking in real time here. We're going to screw from the, we're going to screw going, take this off the sheet, screw down from this into that, and we're going to use the bigger screws for that. So I got some 70mm, 5 is the diameter, the diameter. And then I got these 5 times 50 mils. I feel like these are going to be too big actually. Just then screw down here into this. Right, I'm nervous. I need to go reread my instructions from ChatGPT. I think it said that you want to screw a pilot hole in first. So it's like just drill a hole through the wood. And then it like pulls the 2 pieces of wood together, something like that. Right, that were exhausting. I see why men do men's jobs now. Right, 2 screws. Look at that, got my first 2 screws. So drill, I put it on 10 to start with. Actually, I put it on 10, yeah, and then it got stuck, so I put it on drill mode. I think that's drill mode, yeah. On 1. I've got this standard thing. I did drill first just a tiny bit, not a lot, but just to make the initial hole. With that helps, otherwise you're like, because you can't really hold the screw, hold the screw while you drill into it because it's spinning. So yeah, so you want to put them not too close to the end, you want to just stick them in the middle. I would, you know, I guess you want to put your legs as far to the end as possible, but I didn't want to put them that near the end because I thought they'll just get in the way of my stuff. So I put them sort of as far near this as I could, but then this, obviously then it sort of like slopes a bit, and then I had to get it to line up right so it's going to be stable. Whew. Right, I've got just enough time I think to do these two, and then I've got to pile everything in here. Actually, it would just be such a waste to pile everything in here. This car park, living in your car doing car park math. I paid probably the amount in fucking car park fines. Look at this, mate. What a bodge job. Alright, I'm losing my enthusiasm. My back's killing me. This is my situation. Dumped in the car. I just about managed to get the gears and the handbrake. Oh, I might have been a minute late leaving that car park. I hope they don't mind. Done most of the screws. I've only got 3 more screws to do. I'm annoyed because one of them, the one I was doing, I was like, I must have enough time to finish this one, but it just wouldn't go through, so I had to pull it back out. I might put it in a different spot right next to it. And I realised I should have put ChatGPT told me to put the legs like right at the back where it drops off. But I thought that's stupid because it's like got the support already there. I don't know if I already convinced it otherwise. But it would have been smart because the legs don't actually sit flush on the car bed, floor, whatever you call it. The carpet. It's just really lumpy and bumpy. Like, this car is not flat. You would think it would be flat. It's not. So I've had to just kind of put the legs where they will fit snugly and cozy in bed. That's where I want to be right now. I might actually just go for a walk. I should probably finish this job. Yeah, I'll finish the job. Right, I'm feeling better now. I've got all the screws in the legs. So, I've screwed them, that one. And then, I've got to just lay this on. I could even do that on camera. Ready, kaput. Oh. That's crazy. Right, and then look, I've got a fucking bed. I'm gonna screw it together, I guess. But wow, impressive what you can get for £1,000. Paid £1,000 for this car 11 years ago. It's done me good. I own my own home outright. Don't let anyone tell you I'm homeless. Right, it's all going well, it's going smoothly. I'm just taking a break for dinner. I've only got a little bit of sawdust in my eye. I think I got a little bit of a splinter, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I think I'm alright. I'm not used to labouring. Right, like, I've got a few screws in there. I'm gonna put some more in. I've got screws in here, and I've got my dinner ready to make and eat, have a nice break, have a picnic. And then I'm just gonna saw this. Hang on, let me see if it will shut. Actually, I don't really want to shut it before I've screwed them all in. And then I'm gonna saw a bit around here so I can get to the handbrake and the gears. Fuck. Handbrake's really hidden actually. So the way I've done this, I don't know how I flip. I don't know if I would do it like this again because I've ended up like they're not really equally. You know, the idea is you want these buttons at the end. But the way that I did it, that I put the legs on first, I screwed the legs to the battens and then I've screwed down from the plywood into the battens, and so it's not really worked out perfectly, because then under here there's quite a big gap. Can't see. Yeah, there's quite a big gap before you get to the battens. What you can see by where the screws are, that's where the battens are. So it's not ideal. But bloody hell, mate. I've made a bed. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. And my water's that I collect from the spring. But I'm all out, actually. I need to get some. Well, I'm not going to get more water because I'm going cat sitting tomorrow. After I've built this bed, I'm spending a week in fucking Chelsea, in London. It was a bit of a waste, me vacuuming earlier. Yeah, I guess it was a stupid idea to do this in the car. I'm making good progress. Got that much more. I found it does work easier if you sort of go up and down like that. And sort of lean away from it. Like, don't be putting your weight on it because it sort of squishes it together. But yeah, there's fucking sawdust everywhere. What a palaver. And I even got I got my ratchet there that I didn't put away properly. It's all over the shop floor. Whew, this ain't no shop floor. It's a bedroom. How do you turn a car into a bedroom? You put a bed in it. Could stick this on Airbnb if I wanted to. Make £100 a night. Rightio. Job completed. Not sure what to do this bit of wood now. I'm a bit of a hoarder for random things like scrap of wood, packaging and stuff like that, little knickknacks. So let's test it out. There you go. Can do the gears, can do the brake, can do my seat. Now I'm going to want to sand it down. I won't do that today. My brain can't comprehend where I would get sandpaper from right now. I'm so tired of sawing. I cut a bit off there. It still hits the door a bit because it's like the door sticks out at the bottom. But yeah, that's good enough for now. Ow. Thank God for daylight saving. I don't know if that's daylight saving now. But it's, what's the time now? Fuck knows what time it is now. 6:30. 6:30! I've been at it all day. Sawing that bit of wood. Took about an hour to saw that wood. Right. I hope I don't get ill from sleeping in a car filled with sawdust. Because I don't think I'm going to clean it up tonight. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to have to take the bed out to clean it, aren't I? Can you tell I'm not enlightened yet? I'm still chopping my wood. So I decided to trim a bit more off the end where the door is, and I realised the thing with enlightenment is actually true. When I stop thinking about, I wish this was done already, and I'm like, let me just enjoy sawing, it actually works so much faster. So I'm just trimming a bit more off. But if you just enjoy the process of sawing, like, you get some good momentum going. Remember, kids, leave no trace except the occasional pile of sawdust. You gotta leave evidence that you did something today. That's my excuse. Check out this fella I just made friends with at the spring. Very cute. How do I get rid of them? Ah! They're still there. Nice. So, do a bit of B-roll. Got me bottles. My speaker. My favourite place. This is where I get me water. It comes straight out of the earth. Look at that. It comes straight out. It's beautiful. Comes out over there too. Comes out over there. There. Look at these trees. Look at the sky. I'm happy. Got me water. Alright, just to finish off, I'll show you that underneath. So I put the wood and then I put this chunk of foam, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a little bit like not the comfiest bed ever, but it's pretty good. I've got a blanket, like fluffy blanket like this, that I was gonna put on top. Just not even done that yet. I've been sort of shoving this blanket like down the sides, like either side of me, to kind of plug the air gap as extra insulation. But I've got, one blanket that's a bit bigger, so I've been meaning to lay it flat and then I can shove the rest down the side. But again, I I used a kitchen knife to cut this really badly. To the shape of the bed. I guess I would just show that. I got this on Amazon and it was like the same size as the plywood, so it was pretty good. I'd recommend it.